Hey everybody, it's Justin Amos, and today I want to talk about stocks. The reason I want to talk about stocks is everybody's talking about it with coronavirus and everything else going on. Everybody is panicking. They look at their stocks and they're like, everything's going down. Should I sell? Stuff, questions like that. So I'm not a financial expert. I don't want to claim that I am. I don't want to give anybody advice on whether to buy or sell or whatever. But what I want to do is kind of explain how stocks work and kind of give you an example, walk you through it, and explain what most people don't really understand as far as stocks go. So I wanted to give a hypothetical situation, but I compared it to a stock that I've been looking at, and the stock a month ago, $50 a share. So let's say you had 100 shares of that stock, then you would have $5,000, and that's what you see. You're like, okay, I got $5,000 in stocks. You got 100 shares of that at $50. All right, this particular stock that I've been looking at, it went down to $8 a share over a month's time because the stock markets had just went down. So $8 a share, you still have your same 100 shares, and that means you have $800 in your account. So to you it looks like, okay, I've lost $4,200. Alright, so let me clear that up. You have not lost $4,200 unless you actually sell your stocks. Or if the company just goes to zero and it's the end of the world, the apocalypse, which I don't think it is, you've not lost it. Because this is what most people don't look at. You see your account, you look at it like it's plummeting, and you get scared and everybody drops off at random points and they sell out at a lower price. This right here, some people pay attention to that just because this is what you see. It's dropped $8 a share, everything's bad. But you still have this. This has not changed. What you own is the 100 shares. The actual asset that you have is not the cash here or here. It's the 100 shares. It's what you own. So while this remains the same and these change, the only time you lose or gain money, like, it actually goes with the stock market. It may be up today, it may be down tomorrow, but the only time that really changes for you is when you're selling here, when you buy or sell. So if you buy at $8, so you bought 100 shares, you bought it for $800, and it goes back up, 6 months from now, whenever it goes back up, say it goes up to 50, now you're up to $5,000. You still have the same 100 shares, but if you sold it at $5,000, then you've earned $4,200. You haven't purchased any more shares. But what I would do if I wasn't looking at options or spreads or anything more sophisticated, just buying and selling in the stock market, I would continue putting money in my 401k or my IRA. I might put more in it because I can buy it here and I have a very high belief that it's going to go back up. And I realize that I haven't lost this money. I have the same amount of shares, but I would take money and buy here because I believe it's going to go back up, and that means I will actually make more money. And you just got to remember that the majority of the wealth that's earned comes from the worst of times. So when things are down, most people fear, they panic, they get rid of it. But the people who end up making the wealth, they buy low so they can sell high later, that they can own the actual asset, which is this, in times to come, and that's how they become wealthy. So if you're concerned about it, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of panic everybody has. It's not, you're not losing this money. Don't think of it that way. Think of it as, yeah, the price has dropped, but now maybe I should buy more because I do believe it's going to go back up. And you think of this as your actual asset. So you haven't lost the money, you haven't gained the money unless you sell. And that was my main point, what I wanted to talk about when it comes to the stock market. So I might make more videos on this, but hope to see you guys soon.